welcome back to the channel. This is going to be interesting. This is Andy. Andy lives in his van full time.
Hi.
Since September. So how many months is that?
September 24.
September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. 9 months. So Andy's lived in his van for 9 months.
Almost a year.
Almost a year. He's been kicked off his usual park up.
Yeah.
Because there's a fair in town. So we've got a little friend to join us, someone who lives in the van full time, probably knows a bit more about van life safety than I do. So, the first part of this safety video is in van safety, the things you need in your van to make it safe. So first of all, what do we have, Andy? A carbon monoxide detector. If you breathe in too much carbon monoxide, it'll make you very poorly. So you need one of them in your van.
When I first moved into my van, the diesel heater was actually leaking and I didn't realise. And without
One of
these, I wouldn't have known. But it was above my diesel heater. I actually noticed that the light was going off. There's like a digital screen on it, and it was like 100 and something. It was supposed,
danger zone.
It was supposed to be like 0, but it was 100 and something, and I didn't realise. There's like a little plug that goes on top of your diesel heater, and that was leaking.
You need a carbon monoxide detector, main thing in the van. And the second, well, this is probably just as important, really. This is a big one. Probably don't need one quite so big. But a fire hydrant. No. You need a fire extinguisher as well. You can get much smaller ones. I've got a small one in my van, which I will put in the video as well.
I've actually got 2 fire extinguishers. A small one for the cooker and this one for if the batteries go off.
And that brings us on to another point, really. Your electrics and your gas in the van. A lot of people nowadays self-convert their vans.
I
didn't know it. And I have no idea about electrics or gas. So I did have a bit of help doing those sort of things. And if you're doing yourself, there's a lot of stuff out there you can Google and YouTube and whatnot. But if you decide to go down that route, then definitely get it checked by someone who knows what they're doing. Because I don't know about you, but I see a lot of stuff online of people who've done their own electrics, own gas.
Some of the electrics in this van were horrific.
Yeah. Andy had trouble.
Yeah, I know. I've just changed over my battery, and I've changed from lead acid batteries to lithium, and the wiring is shocking. So I've got to pay a huge amount now to get somebody professional to do it, because I can't do it because I don't know anything about electrics.
Yeah.
Electricity is one of the biggest causes of fire in a van, especially as you've got insulation and what have you. So
yeah, there's a lot in here that could go up.
Oh, there's a hell of a lot of things that could go up in flames in here.
If you're doing your gas and your electrics yourself, obviously if you know what you're doing, fair enough, crack on. But if you're doing it yourself and you're not 100% sure, go to someone after, or even better, get someone who knows what they're doing to do it for you. So this video is a little bit different to the rest of my videos, maybe. I've done some instructional videos before, but normally I go out in the van on a Tuesday, Wednesday night, and it's quite normal, and I speak like a normal person. But yeah, we've been out for a few drinks tonight, to be fair. Tip number 3 for safety is cross-reference your park-ups. Now, Andy, most of the time you stay on one park up there,
in the
local
week,
to us.
Monday to Friday, I stay on the same car park pretty much because it's close to work. But on a Friday to Saturday, Saturday nights, I'll usually go and park somewhere different. Anywhere really that takes my fancy. I'll have a look on Park for Night or search for sites. But I'll also use the both of them. If Park for Night says that one site's really good, I'll have a look on search for sites, and if that says that it's terrible, then I'll,
they've got a match up, haven't they?
Yeah, they've got a match up.
I had it in Europe with the one. Park for Night said really, really good. There was 4 or 5 reviews, brilliant, perfect, sound, and I went there and I thought, this is a bit dodgy. Check search for sites, and there was a few people that said it's not good at all. 1 star. Police move you on. We've had break-ins, stuff like this. You've got to cross-reference them.
Oh, 100%. majority of the places I go, I do research quite a bit, which is probably the main thing to do.
I think it sounds weird, but like my van's really stealthy, and I think sometimes that is.
I think
At first I thought that was a benefit, but after a couple of years in it, I think that sort of goes the other way, because yours is quite obviously a camper van,
yeah.
and people will look at your van and go, right,
Yeah, there's no
someone,
tools.
there's someone, but
Yeah.
they'll look at your van and go, right, there's someone in there, and they'll leave it alone. But with mine, it's sort of like, is it a camper van? It doesn't look like a camper van.
Yeah.
They might think there's no one
tools
in there.
or something like that.
I could be in the back of it and no
Yeah.
one would even know that there's someone in there. There's been points where I thought, yeah, it's just best to move on. And if you don't feel 100% safe, it's always best to just move in it.
I play a lot of rounders.
Do your cross-referencing, check all the apps, feel comfortable. If you're 100%, perfect. If not, there's always something better. So tip number 4, invest in some safety measures for your van. Now, a big one is a deadlock. So on the back of my van, comes as standard with the British Gas caddy campers. Well, not caddy campers, but caddy vans. The only problem with the deadlock on my van, if you slide the deadlock across and lock it from the inside, you then can't get out of the back of the van. So it's a bit of it's a difficult one. And obviously the last tip was don't park somewhere you're not 100% sure with. If you're leaving your van, if you parked up and you're going away into the town for an evening, put your deadlock on, bit more safety. Obviously you've got pedal locks, steering lock, a lot of stuff like that. Cameras, a lot of people have cameras on their vans now, and motion lights.
Oh, definitely motion lights.
Yeah, that's a big one.
You can get some quite cheap Bluetooth or Wi-Fi cameras to stick to your van, and you can get them quite small. I've actually got, which not fitted at the minute, but an alarm that goes, it's a motion alarm that goes inside the van, so if the side door gets opened, that alarm screams.
It's loud as well.
Oh, it's loud.
Really loud.
But it scares the crap out of you. So if you open the door, even the slightest bit, the alarm goes off, and you'd soon be running off, trust me.
I suppose even, like, speaking about cameras, even fake cameras that aren't wired up, it's anything that deters someone from breaking into or even coming.
Yeah, that's all they are.
In your van space.
Deterrents, deadlocks, and everything. They're all just deterrents.
Yeah.
You know, they don't even have to work. They're literally just deterrents to stop people, or to give somebody, a few minutes of hassle. And you can get is some smash proof. It's like vinyl that you put inside of your window. And if somebody tries to smash through one of your side windows in your van, they can't. It's just like a PPF film, paint protection film, but you put on the inside of your window. And it just means that they can't put the hand in and open your door.
Okay.
So it's really cheap as well. It's about £15 on Amazon.
Nice, cheap.
Oh mate, it's cheap as chips.
Security measure. We were just talking as well about little safety lockers under your seat.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, it's common sense really, but don't leave valuables in sight.
Yeah, I don't have any in my van. No valuables in my van at all.
But if you do, get a little locker. Lock them away under your seat, and do it every time. I know it's a bit of a hassle, really, isn't it? But if you've got laptops, tablets,
you spend £1,000 on a tablet, you don't want that getting stolen.
Get yourself a little lockbox, especially if you're full time and you're going to be leaving the van a lot. Little lockbox, put your valuables in, keep them safe, bit of peace of mind. So let's just go over a few points. So cameras, deadlocks, safe to put your valuables in, be as stealthy as you can. When you can.
Carbon monoxide,
fire hydrant, fire extinguisher. If you're doing your gas and your electrics yourself, get someone who's a professional to check them, or even better still, get a professional to do it in the first place.
Yeah.
If you're buying a van second hand, you did, didn't you? You bought your van already converted.
Get your electrics checked over.
Get someone to check it, because that's, well, I've seen in a lot of Vanlife groups and a lot of news as well. People unfortunately meeting their end because they bought a van that wasn't safe. Perfect roundup for the video. Anything that makes you personally feel safer, do it, and you'll have a good time.
Yeah. Adios.
thank you very, very much for watching the video. This has been quite a difficult record.
We've done a lot of cuts because I've been laughing.
Yeah, we've struggled through this video. Thank you very, very much for watching. And as always, in fact, you can do this with me. We got Paddy to do it with me a while ago, and he butchered it, and I left it in because it was quite funny.
What?
So what we do on the channel is we go, thank you very, very much for watching, and as always, look after yourself. You ready?
Not really.
Should we do a countdown?
I forgot what you said.
Okay, let's just go for it. We're gonna get it. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Thank you very, very much. So the battery on the GoPro has just died while filming the outro. So we're gonna have another go. This is the second time I've done it with someone else, and the second time that it's failed. Andy's crying. Let's go again. Thank you very, very much for watching. And as always, look after yourselves.